Hello and welcome to the Infinite Escape Room, the puzzling podcast where a group of geographically diverse pals gather together on the medium of the internet and attempt a homemade escape room of the ears. My name is Mr. Jonathan David Charles Saunders II, and I have a bourbon cream that has been sat on my desk for 6 months, and I'm wondering if today is the day.
Do it.
Bourbon cream, bourbon dream. We'll find out. Locked in with me today, we have...
I'm Emma, and I think currently this podcasting is in its ski pants era, like firmly.
Listen to 2 episodes back to get the context for that. It is wonderful.
This is going to get ridiculous. We'll be like, guys, 12 episodes ago, that will make sense of this. We're looking for repeat listenership here, folks.
We just have to include ski pads in every room now forever. Like, that's the challenge, little Easter egg.
I'm Jamie Gibbs, 50% mead, 50% more mead.
It's mostly
I thought you were
at this point.
I was 50% mead, 50% breed.
Depends on the mead.
Okay, I'll throw in a different one then. I'm Mike, too cool for school, but too square for crime. So just stuck in the middle without many friends.
With your pen beard.
With a pen in my beard.
You do have a pen in your beard.
Let's come to be a place to
impressive.
store one. You should try storing one in yours, John. Sorry, John.
No, I just tuck a pen behind my ear and it's held in place by my luscious locks of hair.
You should
try it, Mike.
I can do the
Why would you bring that up? Do you know, Emma, I was playing with my daughter earlier, and she's 8, so she's all about bums and farts and everything and all that stuff, right? You will all experience this phase soon.
Mm-hmm.
And she suddenly shouted out during this, "Up your bum!" And I stopped, had a moment of a sigh, and thought of the escape room in which Mike shoved a key between my bum cheeks. And then she looked at me. She looked at me and said, "Daddy, what are you thinking about?" Nothing, dear.
The horrors I cannot tell you.
A wistful look in your eyes.
I'm imagining that World War II poster of, "Daddy, what did you do in the war?" And it's you on the sofa with that same faraway look in your eyes.
Hey, spy's got a spy, man. It's a crucial anti-Nazi key that needed to be slipped. Anyway, listeners, you may be wondering quite what you've tuned into. Let me tell you, this is an escape room of the ears, and it is infinite. Every week, a member of the team brings the room, and the rest of the team bring the brains to solve it. There is a notional time limit, usually before Mike collapses from exhaustion. And if they fail to solve the room, something bad happens to them. In fact, to be honest, when they do solve the room, often something bad happens to them. In fact, to be honest, it's mostly bad. Welcome to adult life. Anyway.
Do patrons have access to this video?
Oh, they've got access to it. The patrons seeing Mike in full force.
Carry on, John.
Mike is now inserting things into himself.
Like Uncle Fester.
How many orifices can I fill?
Oh, I've got an Uncle Fester story, but I won't say it now.
John, eyes on the prize, John.
So I'm just going to I'm going to have to minimize the video so that I can't watch Mike inserting things into himself anymore.
Buckaroo with the beard.
Oh, that's a great game.
What a reference. What a perfect reference, Bailey, because we are journeying back to the 80s, and I assume it was invented then. This is part of our 80s arc where we are spending some time in a CIA black site, but we'll come to that in a minute. Before we do, there are a few good souls I would like to thank for making this possible, and that is Ronald Reagan, Luke Skywalker. Nope, that is our Patreons. I would like to thank the genuine contributors who make all of this possible and continue to make it possible despite our slow unraveling. And they are our Patreons, the good souls out there across the wide world who give us a few coins each month to keep the show on the metaphoric road. And keep us all going. We are genuinely humbled by your appreciation. We assume appreciation, not charity. It's not just it's not like giving money to a homeless person so they can go and get a home, giving money to us so we can stop doing the podcast. Maybe it is. But if it is, thank you to Geneva Kaplan-Smith, Richard Leggett, Bettina Paglalulin, Helen Bailey, Rebecca Gerard, Brianne Butler, Jess Mohit, and Matthew Stein.
Let's
Thank
just
you for
unpack
your
that.
donations.
Let's just unpack that for 2 seconds. I think when I drop a fiver into a homeless gentleman's hat, I don't see him going down to his local estate agents and then using that to purchase a home.
This is fair. This is fair.
With a £5
I have
deposit,
no
what
answer.
could you get? It's the down payment of £5.
Yeah.
Give me your
I mean,
finest
I think-
box.
Yeah. I have a crisp box here still. Right.
Also, Bettina, is John getting closer or further away from the correct pronunciation of your name? Write in and tell us.
Oh, shut up. It's
On the scale, where is it sitting, the date to date?
Oh, I've got it. Bettina Pagalilawan.
Oh, that was pretty
Yeah.
close. I think
Yeah, that was us.
Oh,
I think,
oh.
there's that extra UA in there to catch you out. Right. Are we ready to enter the infinite escape room?
Yes.
Absolutely.
Feel like I've done it already.
And on that note, here we go. Last week, the team plunged off of the top of a building, presumably while screaming yippee-ki-yay, motherfucker, after escaping the machinations of Hans Gruber. You sail over the edge of the tower, soundstage, CIA, black site, cinema, wherever we are, and you fall into the dark. Lights and doors flash past you. The perplexed face of a cyber yeti hoves in and then out of view as you tumble into a heap in front of a red front door. It is a very normal door. The sort of door through which you'd expect to find a nice suburban living room. And so it proves. As you open the door, a wave of crisp, cool air hits you. The door closes behind you and reveals a living room. Rectangular in shape, wider than it is long. Directly opposite you on the far wall is another red front door, identical to yours in every respect, but held in place by a large keyed padlock. Between you and the opposite door is a couch, turned away from you and slightly to the left. A small, dark figure is sat upon it, watching the television, which sits in the far left corner, its long cable winding across the carpet from a socket in the middle of the left wall. The figure on the couch is engrossed in the television and does not notice you. In the far right corner is a very tall bookcase and another similar one in the near right corner. There are also two large studio lights on tripods, one on the left of the room and one on the right. The left-hand one is switched on and bathing you all in a hazy light. The right-hand one is off. In the near left corner is a filing cabinet. There is a poster on the wall next to the door you came through. Finally, in the opposite wall, there are two large windows. Several bright white lights are visible through them, and a low hum comes through the floor. Something massive is outside. One of the lights goes out. What would you like to do?
There's a lot of stuff in this room.
Do feel free to ask for any of that again.
What
Actually,
film are you doing, John? Or is that part of the secret?
I'm telling you nothing,
Okay.
but I'm going to put all of that into the chat.
Lovely,
just
thank
so
you.
You don't have
Thank you.
to ask for it again.
Lovely.
I
have
drew
a
it,
map.
but I don't trust it.
So if one of the lights has gone out, are we currently in darkness, or is there other lights on?
So those lights that I was referring to at the end there, and I appreciate there was some kind of lack of clarity there, they are on the outside of this building, visible just through the windows. There are several bright white lights, and one of them just blinked out.
Okay.
They are not the two studio lights inside the room, one of which is on, the one on the left-hand side, and one of which is off, the one on the right.
All right. Let's have a look-see through the room. Shall we start with the filing cabinet?
Yeah, sure. The filing cabinet is a bland office filing cabinet locked with a 5-digit combination lock. The combination lock is currently set to 12345 and is locked. On top of the filing cabinet is a newspaper clipping, and next to the filing cabinet is a fishing rod. So the newspaper clipping appears to be an extract from an interview with Steven Spielberg.
Oh.
Would somebody read the extract?
I'll be delighted to. What the hell does Spielberg sound like?
American.
Hey, it's me, Steven fucking Spielberg.
Hey,
It's me, Steven Spielberg.
Actually, I think that's pretty close.
It's Ronald Reagan. It's Ronald Reagan and Steven Spielberg.
I like your Steven Spielberg, Jamie, a lot more.
For me, movie making is magic, and so is movie going. Every time I sit down at theatre, it's magic. Always. It's tails bat firelight. That don't mean it's easy. It's natural, but it ain't ever easy or cheap. That's one of the reasons I like to direct and produce on the same movie. You don't want to end up in a fight with your producer. And if the producer isn't you, well then, they've got you on the hook.
On the hook.
I did not put the word hook in the end there just so you could do that. Just
you
to be clear.
Subconsciously must have known, John.
Okay, thank you for that interesting read.
So worth noting in the text that we've been given as well that direct, produce are capitalized with a capital D, capital P, respectively.
That is because they are job titles.
Ah, okay. Give them the
Aren't they
respect.
verbs? Directing and producing is a verb, whereas the title producer is not capitalized. The noun hasn't been capitalized.
Producer.
Okay, let's not
second
get
producer
too
has.
deep into it. This is a rabbit hole that is not going to help you.
I get my red pen out and
For the teacher over here.
On today's grammar watch.
Do they? When you become a teacher, do they give you the red pen?
Well, no, actually, it's red is negative, so it's like green or purple or any color but red, basically. So, well, this is 10 years ago though, so red might have come back.
Well, that's going to solve it then, isn't it? That's going to sort everything.
Yeah.
Turns out
that's what
problem.
it was. It was because they marked things in red pen. That's the problem with everything.
John, you mentioned that there was somebody on the couch looking at the TV. Yes, have not responded to us. Can we go and take a closer look at them and perhaps give them a poke?
You absolutely can. As you approach the halfway point across the room, something hits you quite hard in the nose. There is a glass wall dividing the room into two equal halves. It emerges out of the middle of the left-hand wall and traverses the room, preventing you from reaching the couch. It has been scrupulously cleaned and, apart from a small nose mark, is invisible. It feels extremely solid.
Solid force wall.
It's glass, but, the sort of glass that you couldn't shoot a decent gun through.
So with the light, the tripod lights, are they this size of glass or the other? They are on your
side.
Right, okay.
Okay, cool.
So there's
the couch is sitting just on the wrong side of the glass.
Which means the TV's on our side.
No, the TV is in the far left corner. So the TV, if you imagine that you walked in the middle of what would be in a bird's eye view, the south wall, the TV is in the northwest corner. Cool. Is that what you've all got?
I've sort of got that, yeah.
So the wall is...
So we've got a poster and bookcase on our side still.
Yeah, that's what I've got.
Yes,
and
correct.
The two lights
and the filing cabinet.
So we can't see that figure through the glass. We can't get any kind of
that side of the room is pretty dimly lit. There's somebody there, a small person, and they're watching the TV.
Right.
There's enough movement there to let you know that's a person. That's not a dummy or a dead body or anything. That's a person.
Okay,
but they seem completely oblivious to you.
What's the poster on the back wall?
So the poster is an informational poster listing Steven Spielberg's movies. Ooh, I'm going to put the poster in the WhatsApp. Please blow up that image to the full size to get the whole thing. The thumbnail will mislead you badly.
Oh, interesting.
Okay. Would someone describe what you're looking at there?
Okay. So what we've got is we have a table, which appears to have been pulled off of Wikipedia based on the formatting, which shows the year and title of what I'm guessing are Steven Spielberg's movie releases. We have 1964, Firelight, 1971, Duel, 1973, Ace, Eli, and Roger of the Skies, 1974, The Sugarland Express. 1975, Jaws, 1977, Close Encounters of the Third Kind, 1979, 1941, 1981, Raiders of the Lost Ark, 1982, E.T. the Extra-Terrestrial, and Poltergeist, what a year, 1983, Twilight Zone the movie, 1984, Indiana Jones and the Temple of Doom, 1985, The Colour Purple, and The Goonies, what a bad year, 1987, Empire of the Sun, 1989, Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade, and always 1991, Hook, banger. 1993, Jurassic Park and Schindler's List, what a year. 1997, The Lost World, Jurassic Park, and Amistad. 1998, Saving Private Ryan. 2001, AI, Artificial Intelligence, A Complete Turkey. 2002, Minority Report, and Catch Me If You Can, bangers, the pair of them. 2004, The Terminal, and 2005, War of the Worlds, and Munich.
And now the shipping forecast.
What's wrong with the colour purple, Mike?
And what the fuck is wrong with the Goonies?
Let's maybe not focus too much on Mike's judgment on
We're going to
this
circle
film.
back to this.
Yeah,
We're going to circle back to this in the pub episode because God
Totally.
opened up a can of whoop ass.
Oh, God, I know. Jamie's face was like, what? Just
You
like,
badmouthed the
I've never
Goonies, you
seen,
bastard.
I've never seen Jamie.
Friendship is
on the
over.
basis that you're about 7% of the way through this room,
I will
we
turn
press
this
on?
podcast around.
Jamie's leaving.
John wants to
He's
press on.
punching
My
his way through
God.
the glass.
John has realised quite how badly he has overwritten this thing.
So a couple of things stand out. One, this is a list. It's not just a list of things he's directed because he didn't direct The Goonies. That was Chris Columbus. So it's things that he was also producer on, which ties in with the note from the newspaper clipping.
No.
A look of profound worry has just entered John's face.
No previous knowledge of Steven Spielberg's filmography, or indeed any serious previous knowledge, is required for the solving of this room.
I just really like
any
The
good
Goonies.
escape room.
But another thing I do notice, though, is that in that newspaper clipping, it mentions the word Firelight and Hook, which are both movie titles in that list as well.
Oh, interesting.
So that could be a thing.
Oh, Tales, yeah.
But that's all I got. So
I saw Hook in the thing. I thought that was unusual. And yeah, before I saw the list. Should we take a look at the bookcase?
yeah,
I'm going to describe the bookcases because there's two of them. One on your side of the glass on the back wall, and one directly opposite, almost a mirror image, on the far side of the room. They're both very similar. They're sturdy, about 7 feet tall, and there's various books and knickknacks on the one that you have access to, but they're all glued in. It appears to be a piece of set dressing. The bookcase opposite you across the room has something glinting on the top of it, but it is too small for you to make out.
And okay, so should we take a look at the lights? One's off, one's on.
Okay, the studio lights. Dum-dum-dum. So, yes, one studio light is on the left side of the room, plugged in at the wall near the glass partition, and the other is on the right side of the room and is similarly plugged in at the middle of the wall on the right side. The light on the right-hand side is off. Just a small sidebar, something I forgot to bring up. Next to the poster is a fuse box, which I can just give you a brief description of.
yeah.
That doesn't seem important.
Sure. The fuse box, it's a pretty standard fuse box. There's a Perspex cover over the fuse switches. There's 4 switches. They are marked main, AC, ring 1, ring 2. Main, AC, and ring 2 are all green. Ring 1 is red. And the Perspex cover appears to be locked shut. It's unclear how.
So we need to find a 5-digit code.
For your padlock on the filing cabinet.
If we bang on the glass, like the graduate, would that... what's it, Lisa? Was it Lisa? Oh, I can't remember. But, like, does the man on
Look, they
the sofa,
could be called Lisa.
I don't know. Lisa, can you hear us?
The figure on the sofa, whose gender I have not described yet, says and does nothing. They continue to watch television. To be clear there, it doesn't appear... From your banging on the glass, you have the sense that the sound is going through. The person is just too engrossed in the television to pay you any attention.
Oh, okay.
Well, so we're unable to open the fuse box, which would allow us to trip the power.
Correct.
We have so ring 1 is red, so it's presumably tripped out or is just not working. That might be what that light that's off is on.
Yes.
We could
Ring
always
lights.
switch around some plugs to see what happens.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think what plugs we have access to on our side of the screen.
So on your side of the screen, there is the plug that the working light is plugged into, and that's very close to the glass wall. And on the other side of the room, so on the right-hand side of the room, but still on your side of the screen, is a corresponding plug that the light that's currently turned off is plugged into.
I suggest maybe we switch them around and see what happens.
Sounds good.
Yeah.
Okay. As you plug the off light into the other socket, there is a loud bang. A fuse in the fuse box trips, and the TV turns off.
Oh.
The figure on the couch is initially motionless. Then, very slowly, its head rises up out of the couch on a slender, leathery neck. A thin arm reaches out towards the TV, pointing a single bony finger. The end of the finger glows white, and the TV remote rises from next to the set and floats through the air into its outstretched hand. It presses some buttons uncertainly. Nothing happens. Ouch, it says.
Oh my God, it's Terminator.
With that, the figure hops off the couch and, balanced on two very short and improbable legs, shuffles like a drunken penguin towards you. Before you can warn it, it bumps into the glass and falls flat on its back. Righting itself, it stares through the glass at you from one face to the next. Elliot? It asks.
Shall we phone home?
Well, that solves everything. You solved my puzzle.
Done.
Okay, well, I'll respond. No, I'm not Elliot. It's me.
You
Naughty
moron. Naughty Michael.
Motherfucker. No, it didn't say that. No, it simply continues to look around, occasionally repeating, Elliot.
What happened to that kid who played him? Did he have a tragic end? Let's find out.
I mean, he didn't. Drew Barrymore had a ropey time in the middle of her life, but
he was in The Haunting of Hill House. He was the dad.
Oh, cool.
Oh, what, the recent one?
Henry Thomas is his name. But there's a lot to talk about in the pub episode about the movie and the room, and there's so much cool stuff. So we'll get to that.
Okay.
You're doing great. Press on.
Could Elliot be our 5? Oh no, it's a 5-digit, not a 5-letter lock.
5-digit, yep, numbers.
And it's 6, isn't it? Because it's 2 L's.
Oh, it's 2 L's, yeah. Damn it.
Is there an
Doubly out.
Lloyd.
Lloyd.
Don't know why. Okay.
Right, so we've got E.T.'s attention.
Mm-hmm.
So E.T. was 1982. If we're looking at numbers, but then that's 4, not 5.
Yeah. Could we try and get direct ET to get that shiny thing off the bookcase on his end?
Oh, yes.
If he
can use his finger.
E.T. does not seem interested in any of you in particular. He's
E.T.
looking around.
I just
remembered repeating Elliot.
I just remembered the fishing rod.
Yes.
We've got a fishing rod, haven't we?
You do.
We do.
You have a fishing rod.
Does the glass wall go to the ceiling?
It does.
Could we?
Good idea.
Could we go and distract E.T. with a fishing rod?
You can wave a fishing rod at him, and he sort of briefly looks at it with some interest, and then returns to what he was doing.
Can I jangle my keys? Haley goes absolutely nuts.
Oh, Nye loves it.
Oh, that's also a weird, sinister callback to the film that I don't think you realise you're making. But we'll come to that. The main villain, we don't see his face for a long time. And he isn't even really a villain in the end, but the main guy, all we see is him walking, and he's denoted by a set of keys jangling on his belt.
Okay, so Elliot. What have we not looked at on our side? Were we able to see what was on the telly? No, did all of the power go out?
No, the power to the socket that light was plugged into and the television socket nearby went out. So if you look at the fuse box, you will see that ring 2 is now also red, but main and AC are still green.
So the TV must... No, because the TV's out. So...
Yeah, you've knocked the TV out.
So what is plugged into the main, if anything, into the main?
So main is just the main switch on a fuse board for the whole, for everything.
Oh, okay. Sorry,
the big red one on the end that knocks out everything.
Oh,
and
God,
AC.
I just took feminism back 50 years. Sorry.
No, it's fine. Fair question.
The filing cabinet. That one part's locked. Is there any other part of the cabinet that we can get into?
Not without a decent drill.
Damn.
There is no drill in this
luckily,
room.
Mike's got drill bits in his beard, so I think we're sorted.
I genuinely had to drill out the lock on a filing cabinet the other day here because I lost the key and put all of our important legal documents in it. Turns out, frighteningly easy and quick to do. It's really not hard. I'm just saying, if anyone wants to do a sort of new version of Watergate. No problem at all. Those locks.
The old adage, isn't it? A lock just keeps an honest man honest.
Oh, nice.
So I'm trying to think of things that we may not have interacted with on the side of the room that we're on and can reach. So let's see. There was the red door.
Yep,
we came in through. There's a red door with a padlock, which I'm guessing was on the other side of the glass.
That is directly opposite your door, almost like a mirror image.
Okay. And then there's the windows, which have the flickering lights. Can we look outside the windows at all? Is there anything going on around the windows?
You can't get any closer because of the glass partition, but as you look out, another of the bright white lights out there goes out.
Okay, so we have something of a timer.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Bastards.
Was there anything we did? I said the fishing rod, but is there anything on the fishing rod?
No, there is a fishing line.
So it's a line, not.
So you've got the fishing rod, and it's got its line, spool. I don't know. You've got the stringy thing, the stringy stuff with it. It works. That's what I'm saying.
Okay. And our bookcase.
Is there anything behind? Yeah.
There's nothing else on the bookcase that we could grab, or is just
no. There's some knickknacks and books and stuff, but they're all glued in.
Yeah.
Is there anything behind the poster?
Oh, very Shawshank. I love it. No, there's nothing behind the poster.
Does one of us need to pretend that we're Elliot? I mean, Jamie, do you want to tie your shoes to your knees and fiddle along?
Oh, okay,
like, oh, hey there, I'm Elliot.
Sorry.
Hey, I'm Elliot.
Hey, you long neck fuck, it's me, Elliot, your best friend from childhood.
Get on your bike, you fool.
ET2, Happy Valley. Can you imagine?
Oh my God.
ET gets shanked in episode 1.
Well, just to try the theory out, John, if I tie my shoes to my knees and then bibble along going, hello, E.T., it's me, your chum Elliot. If you look very closely, he does shudder for a moment, but apart from that, no. Well, I am plumb out of ideas, folks. Is it Cluathlon?
We've still got the dual things of this newspaper clipping that seems to mention parts of the movie titles.
Some of them, yeah.
So I can see I can see Firelight at the top. I can see Hook. What else? Is there anything else in there? That.
Yeah.
But then, even with that,
what 5 digits?
Yeah. Which would be kind of difficult to ascertain that. So this feels like we might need something else to go with it.
Yeah. Feels like we've got some of the information, not all of it.
Yeah.
Oh dear.
Oh God.
John, would you care to give us a little hint?
So, okay, I'll try and be as subtle as I can here. So the answer is, no, when I mentioned the combination lock, I said it's a 5-digit lock, and it's currently set to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and it's locked.
Right.
You are on the right track in looking at the poster and the newspaper clipping. They are related to each other.
Okay. So from that, we've got, I can see Firelight, which is 1964. I see Hook, which is 1991. So we've got, if we take out the 19, we got 6491. We have 4 digits. But beyond that, is there 2000?
If I had given you that poster with the definitely not from Wikipedia table, but I hadn't included the years, this would still be solvable.
Okay.
I'm going to start just counting the number of films that he's going to... 1, 2, 3, 4.
I mean, there's some numbers kind of in the list as well. There's third kind. But I kind of feel like I'm reaching with that.
But would that be linked to the newspaper clipping?
Not at all.
So Firelight is the first film that he made. Hook is the 18th film that he made.
Oh, okay.
If there's a third one that's in that list, that could be another 2 digits.
To
I'm just not seeing.
Always. 1989. Always, isn't it?
Oh, banging. Which is the 17th film that he made. So we could try 17118. If it's like the order of
11718.
films.
Yeah.
The lock clicks open.
Hey!
Yay!
Well done. Well
done,
done.
Jamie.
Well done, everyone except Mike.
Yeah, pretty much.
On that one. Lovely. So inside the filing cabinet, you find a heavy padlock with its key already inserted, a magnet with a small loop on it, which is currently stuck to the key, and a pair of child's binoculars. There are also some cheap paper masks of some faces, a young dark-haired boy, about 11, a girl, about 6, with twin blonde ponytails, a teenage boy with tousled blonde hair, and a short-haired blonde woman of about 35. And as you find these things, you see another bright light in the windows go out. There are only 2 left.
Oh, this is 5 in total. Okay.
Who wants to call dibs on Elliot? And who wants to be Drew Barrymore?
I'll be Drew Barrymore. Or unless Mike wants to. Hey.
It's your best chance to
I'm
get the
happy not
ponytails.
be wearing either mask. I'm not trusting my skills at the moment. I think I need more beer.
I'll don the Elliot mask then.
Okay. So which one is that, Jamie? Just for anyone out there who doesn't know.
So that would probably the dark-haired boy about 11 is Elliot.
Very good. Very good. Okay, lovely. As soon as you have put the Elliot mask on, E.T. behaves differently. He shuffles over to where you are standing, Jamie, and faces opposite you on his side of the glass and seems very fixated on doing what you do.
Oh, cool. In which case... Can I walk over to our bookcase and then reach up to the spot roughly where the glinting thing would be on the other side?
E.T. walks over, again, drunken penguin, hilarious, to his bookcase, but even with his extending head neck, he cannot reach the glinting object.
Can't he move it with his finger? Like,
do the motion.
Like with his...
Okay, what are you doing, Jamie?
So I'm doing the I'm doing the levitating probing finger as if I'm going to levitate.
Okay,
No.
So E.T. waves his finger just as you're waving it. Nothing happens.
Jamie, the fishing rod. So have something on that bookcase with the fishing rod. Wave your finger while at the same time using the fishing rod.
Oh, so
that's
what
it.
if I
Leaning on
use
the
the
bookcase
fishing
levitating.
rod?
Yeah,
Well,
so
why don't I
Like-
suggest that someone else does the fishing rod?
Yeah.
I'll do the fishing
yeah.
rod.
We've got, if we put the heavy padlock on the bookcase, attach the magnet to the fishing rod, and then that'll...
Good shout.
And then we'll
Very
fish
good
it.
shout.
And
Okay,
as you're doing that, I'll magic finger.
So
Okay.
Jamie's extending his stinky finger, and I'm casting off.
Lovely. Lovely,
Rise,
lovely.
you bitch.
So, as the fishing rod, presumably with the magnet, I'm guessing.
Yeah. Jamie mentioned that.
Oh, fair enough. Skip over that bit.
Keep it in, editor Jamie.
No, shut up. Don't do that. Don't do that. So,
As the actress said to the bishop.
Lovely. Mimicking you precisely, E.T. points his finger towards the glinting object atop the bookcase. His finger lights up in a golden white, and what is now revealed to be a key lifts into the air, following the trajectory of your own key and padlock being carried down by the fishing rod. Exactly. What are you doing now?
Can he try, if we kind of then float our padlock to the padlock on the door we've come through, to mimic him to put the key in the door on his side?
So you're putting the padlock you have on your own door.
Well, our door is
Our
open, isn't it? The one we
open,
came through was open,
it.
wasn't it?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
His is locked, so we want to open the locked one on his side.
To mimic. So this is like mimicking what he should do.
Right. So what are you doing to your door and padlock? Just be really clear here.
So we are mimicking putting our fishing line object towards where the keyhole would be, or where the padlock would be in the mirrored door.
You do have a padlock. You could just lock
we could just padlock it.
Oh, yeah.
We'll padlock our door and then we'll mirror the key going to that.
Yeah, well, if Jamie does it, because he copies Elliot.
He's copying me, so I'll unlock the padlock.
You're unlocking the padlock door, Jamie?
Yeah.
E.T. unlocks the padlock and opens his door, just as you open yours. He looks round at you and then shrieks, "Ah!" You turn and find you have opened the door to the cyber yeti, cradling the bejarred head of Ronald Reagan in his arm. Before Reagan can speak, the yeti removes its own head and reveals a smiling, bespectacled man with thin white hair. "It is I, Steven Spielberg.
Hey,
Come back, E.T. Come back. We never made a sequel, E.T." E.T. points a damning finger at Spielberg and says, "E.T. phone agent." With that, and the gathering hum of a laughable 1980s conical spaceship preparing to launch, he walks out of his door and up a landing ramp. The floor shakes as the starship takes off, ripping through the ice above like a toddler in a trophy cabinet. As the ship departs, a rope ladder tumbles down from it, crashing through the ceiling and landing at your feet. You grab on. The yeti roars and lunges forward, but too late. As you sail upward, the burning heat from the rocket engines washing over you mildly, you hear Reagan calling from below. "My fellow Americans, I can assure you that the wealth from those above you will trickle down into your..." He is cut off by the unmistakable sound of a yeti swallowing.
It's Crichton from Red Dwarf.
Damn you. You sail higher and higher into the air, into space even. E.T. leans out of a window and helpfully pulls you inside before you all die. He explains that he can't take you home as his spaceship isn't rated for this many passengers and he's worried about suspension. So, by way of thanks, he drops you at the International Space Station. The ISS. The pinnacle of mankind's achievement in working together. You dock, open the airlock, and float inside. No sooner has it closed than you notice something odd about this space station. Something cheap? A sign above the door reads, "Conjugations on your very good space station purchase. Made by AliExpress." Congratulations, you've solved my puzzle.
Hey!
Well done.
Well done, everyone.
Did we save cinema in the end? I feel like we lost track of saving cinema.
I mean, Ronald Reagan got eaten by Steven Spielberg as a yeti. I think that's
works
fine.
for me.
It works for me.
E.T.
Everyone lived happily ever after.
Sort of.
I very much enjoy the ending of that. Folks, let's get our one-line reactions in. Go, Emma.
Oh, okay.
Go, Jamie.
I love the use of the space and the mirroring sort of thing. And again, just wonderful 80s nostalgia. Despite the fact that I was terrified of E.T. as a kid, this hit all the right notes for me.
Really? We will discuss that in the pub episode. Yeah.
I thought, it seemed overly complicated, but it became fairly straightforward.
Okay.
I needed a diagram. I loved the exposition. It was good. I enjoyed the fairness of the puzzle. I particularly enjoy the AliExpress ISS. I don't know why that's tickled me, but it really has.
It's a nice little rhyme.
Tickled me.
It's the conjugations on your base station.
I have genuinely read worse manuals from AliExpress items.
With things that you've used to wire your house.
Yes, that's quite right. That sit beneath my feet in a cellar, surrounded by dried wood.
But we can talk about John's impending self-cremation in the episode. John, do you want to take us out?
I would love to. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for listening. We hope you enjoyed this arc where we delved into a CIA black site and had some fun with some 80s movies. We're now going to toddle off to the pub. Let's take a well-earned pint at the Ski Pad pub, where we will explain what we mean by that. Again, if you want to find us on the internet, we're at www.theinfiniteescaperoom.com. We are also now on Blue Sky. Doesn't sound like that, but it could. which will soon become dark sky and then become black sky. And then we're basically
and then we'll move on to the
second
next.
Renaissance.
Yeah.
And we'll move on to the next
Until it becomes a billionaire's plaything.
Yeah.
We love you lots, and we will see you next time on the Infinite Escape Room. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye now. Bye.